Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday the 15th of April 2020. And yesterday we published a video entitled $1,800 Gold, Is It Coming Soon? Where we expressed the views of authors on both Reuters and Bloomberg, both implying that most certainly higher prices are on the cards for gold. And frankly, $1,800 from the current $1,720 is not that far a stretch. Then, on Monday, we produced a video entitled Silver Purchase at £1.50 over spot. Really? How? Where we showed how we were able to obtain, admittedly a relatively small amount, just some 18 ounces, of 999 silver coins at just £1.50 or $1.90 over the spot price. And on Sunday, we also published what appears to be fair, a more popular video entitled Buffett Sells Shares. Is this a sign of worse things to come? And particularly poignant in view of the fact that the equity markets today have fallen quite heavily. So today we thought we would continue the theme on gold and silver and financial data, especially having read most of the comments and emails we receive on a regular basis. We have to also be mindful that as we produce more or less daily videos, we must remain aware that our encouragement for gold and silver acquisition is really more longer term than short term. You see, we can all get caught up in the short-term cycles of rising prices and then falling prices, and sometimes forgetting what one's long-term position, objective and goals happen to be. Now that said, it's still fascinating to us, even after 5 years of this channel, in continuing to follow daily price movements. Yes, we only realized today that our channel has been going 5 years and 1 month as of today, starting on the 15th of March 2015. Now on the 9th of February of this year, we published our gold forecast for 2020 before this disastrous global event took place and calculated that the gold price for this year would potentially hit a low of $1,400 and a high equivalent to 2012's high of $1,791. In other words, just shy of $1,800, but settling at the end of the year between $1,650 and $1,750. Well, since that video was published, gold has been as low as $1,472, so not really quite getting to that $1,400 level, and has been as high as $1,741. And admittedly, it's still only April, and there's plenty of time to go. Naturally, with what is happening, we have little doubt that 1800 will be reached now. And the question is, of course, and we're still uncertain, even at this stage, whether we shall see $2,000 gold in 2020. There are many arguments in favour of it, but there are also certain arguments, particularly the potential increase in the strength of the dollar, and I use the word potential, which could prevent it from reaching that level. However, in view of us seeing daily movement sometimes in excess of 5%, this cannot be ruled out. Now, in our silver forecast for 2020, which was published on the 21st of February, we stated the following. Taking all of the financial data into account, including technical analysis and factoring in potential black swans and erroneous geopolitical crises, we can see silver this year moving between a low of $15.25 and a high of $21, with silver, providing Trump wins the election, settling at the end of the year between $18.25 and $18.50. Now again, this was prior really to the global crisis, and it was at a time when silver then stood at $18.55. So we were talking about it potentially going down as low as $15.25. And we had a lot of criticism for that. And in fact, we had 26 thumbs down compared with 302 thumbs up, one of our largest thumbs down for quite a while up until then. So who would have thought, not even us to be fair, that silver would fall to as low as $11.66? Though, we have to admit, it would have been almost impossible to get physical silver at that spot price. So, with silver today standing at 1547, we still have some way to go to reach that 1850 figure, let alone the $21 peak we predicted. Though silver has, to be fair, touched 1895 at some stage since we published that video. We have now, today, gold standing at $1,720 or $21 and silver at $1545 at the time of writing. And the economic news being published by banks and government bodies is depressing to say the least. For example, according to a Bloomberg article today, quote, US retail sales and factory output posted historic declines in March, and other figures showed that the worst is yet to come. The value of overall retail sales fell 8.7% from the prior month, the biggest decline in records dating back to 1992, according to a Commerce Department data released Wednesday. Federal Reserve figures showed US factory output dropped in March by the most since 1946. But surveys in April looked even worse, with manufacturing in New York State and sentiment among US home builders plummeting by previously unthinkable amounts. Unquote. Also, JP Morgan Chase & Co. said in a note that it continues to expect a 40% annualized decline in gross domestic product in the second quarter. To add to this, Michael Gapon, chief US economist at Barclays plc, that's Barclays Bank, told Bloomberg, quote, "The March data is bad, but the April data is likely to be even worse because for a good half of March, things were still open." Unquote. Now, following this data, we must remember we have the weekly job figures out tomorrow, which are, to be frank, expected to be equally awful. And as a result of these figures coming out today, the Dow Jones is now down 2.75%, the S&P 500 is down 2.6%, and the Nasdaq is down 1.8%. However, European markets are down even more. They're in an even worse position, with an average fall so far between 3% and 3.5%. And there's still some time to go before those markets are closed. However, of note, the dollar has strengthened by 0.7. So the dollar index is now currently shy of that 100 mark, standing at 99.59. Just from an anecdotal point of view, business must be bad, because less than an hour ago, Apple has released a budget iPhone SE, priced at only $399. And that must surely be telling us something. It's a shame that the narrator purchased an iPhone 11 just 3 months ago. Perhaps one should have been less impatient. However, all that said, one major beneficiary of all of this is Jeff Bezos. As it was reported by the BBC today, quote, "The founder and boss of Amazon has seen his wealth swell by $24 billion or 19 billion pounds after soaring demand for online shopping sent the firm's share price to a new high. Jeff Bezos now has a fortune of $138 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, cementing his position as the world's richest man." So, every cloud has a silver lining. Well, perhaps not. In the next week or so, we're going to talk about the US dollar, which we alluded to last week. And we suspect that what we will have to say you may indeed find most interesting. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign so that you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. Not forgetting that we update our Richard and Greg channel every few days, and in about 2 hours after publication of this one, we shall be publishing a video podcast on that channel, which Greg and I recorded this morning. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.